Hey y'all, it's Crafty Queen Bee. Yes, that's me. I'm back again. My name is JoAnn Barrandey and I love to craft and I love to share ideas. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make these cute candy corn that I use to decorate my garland with, and I'll even show you how easy it is to put this garland together. Okay y'all, I'm sure that they sell black garland, but meanwhile, this is the way I'm going to make my black garland. I bought this 12-foot non-lit garland from Walmart, and I'm not sponsored by them, and spray paint. But I bought this garland after Christmas last year. It was very, very inexpensive. It might have been $1 or $2. What I'm going to do is I am going to spray paint it black, and this is very, very inexpensive black paint. I think it still sells for 98 cents at Walmart. All right, let's see if I can take this apart. And I found it so much easier to spray it outside if I hang it on a tree limb. So here we are outside at the ranch, and I'm going to hang it on a tree limb. If I can get it apart here. Okay, the fun part is getting it on the tree here. I think that's gonna work. I make everything work out here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just spray as best you can because it's not really gonna be noticeable if it's not fully covered. Okay, while that is airing out and getting dry, we'll go on to the next step and paint some candy corn. Okay friends, before we go on to the next step, I just wanted to let you know that I will have the pattern and the pattern to the stencils in the link below in the description. Okay, I'm going to show you how I make these cute candy corn that go up on the garland. And remember, this garland you can use around your door or over your mantle. It's very, very easy to make this cute decoration. The first thing you need is your pattern, which I just drew freehand, not a big deal to draw a little candy corn. And then I got some matting board. That's what I use. Matting board is thick, and it's only $9.99 for a big sheet of it at Hobby Lobby. You trace your candy corn on there. Then you have to have a good pair of heavy-duty scissors, and these came from either Lowe's or Home Depot. I don't really remember, but they are great for cutting matting board. Okay, there you go. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to base coat your candy corn, and I'm just going to use white acrylic paint. And I usually put my paints on paper plates because then I just throw them away afterwards. I'm going to get my brush just damp. Base coat my candy corn. And I'm just using a nylon paintbrush. And when the paint first goes on, it kind of starts to warp on you. But once it dries, it lies flat. Okay, I've already got one that is base coated and ready to go here. Next step that you're gonna take is you'll need transfer paper, and I've had a sheet of transfer paper for forever. It's real inexpensive and it works great when you're trying to transfer your lines. I'm just gonna transfer to show you how to use it in case you have to make the lines and want them perfect. Okay, there you go. Next step, you're gonna put, I always start with, okay, so you've already base coated it white. Now I'm gonna start with the yellow, the lighter color. Because you don't have to use the paint the white because you've already base coated it. So let's go with the yellow. And again, I'm going to use my nylon brush. This goes so fast. And if you start with your lighter color, it doesn't matter if you go over the line because you're going to come back over it with your darker color, which will be your orange. Okay, now we're going to go to the orange. See if I can get that yellow off of that brush. This is so easy to do. You cannot go wrong. Okay. It'll probably take another coat. I would do 2 coats on it. I've already got another one ready here to show you the next step. We're gonna go ahead, and what I did is, once again, you're gonna learn that I love stencils. I already cut my stencil out for the middle part, which is that, and for the bottom of the candy corn. Instead of having to draw it off and paint it, this is going to cut our time in half. So I'm going to go ahead and stencil the yellow. I'm going to use a stencil brush like, oh, let me see. I guess this is a stencil brush right here. I'm going to use this for the yellow. You dab it in your paint and then you try to take the excess off. Make sure you get plenty of it though inside the middle. Alrighty, you just stencil. Goes so fast. And again, I would let it dry good, the first coat, and then go back and do a second coat. Look at that. See how easy that was? Okay, let's do our stripes. Stencil brush, let me see. I kind of like my stiff ones. Maybe this one will work. My brushes are getting so old, I need to invest in some new ones. Okay. Stencil the white on there. And if you leave too much paint on the brush, what's going to happen, it's going to bleed a little bit over the line. But that's nothing to be concerned about. Don't worry about that. It'll be all right. You can always fix that. Alrighty. Look at that. It'll take 2 coats, but it's so easy to do. Alrighty, next. I'm going to use my slick paint, and this is called fabric paint. It's not puff paint, it's slick paint. And what it does, it kind of gives it a raised effect on your design. Okay, and I'm just going to do a squiggle line. Alrighty, and to make it a little flatter and smoother, I just tap it. Now I'm going to do a couple of dots, squeeze them right out of the bottle here. Tap. Flattens them out. Okay, give that a minute to dry. It takes longer than that, but before I put on the next detail on them, I'm going to let that set for just a minute. I wanted to mention something. I'm going to just kind of mess around with putting a little lines just because. That's just me. You never know what to expect. Just for detail. And I'm using a Sharpie. And friends, let me tell you something about a Sharpie whenever you use it on a project. It's fun to use and everything, but you've got to seal it. You've got to seal it before you spray your project, or if you use Mod Podge on it. Otherwise, you're going to ruin your project because it will run on you. I learned that the hard way. I just kind of like to do stuff like this. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get the, and what I seal it with, I'll show you in just a minute. But before I do that, I'm going to add the little white dots on the black, and I hope that this paint is gonna cooperate. Let's see. And it doesn't have to be perfect. All is good. It'll work. Nobody's gonna notice. You're gonna be okay. All right, we're just going to give that a little bit to dry, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to seal my lines that I use the Sharpie on. I'm going to use this tulip glitter, and I'll show you in just a few minutes how I sealed it. Okay friends, now it's time to seal the squiggly lines that I drew on my candy corn. I'm gonna take this bottle of tulip glitter, and it's kind of clear. It's got a little glitter in it, but it won't hurt your whole project. It won't be all glittery. All right, let's just seal that, because if you don't seal this and you spray it with clear coat, or you put your Mod Podge on it, guess what? it's gonna run and it's going to ruin your project. And I have cried tears over projects that I've ruined because I failed to seal them. But see how easy it is? Just go over it like that. Just make sure you get your Sharpie marks. I have done this before, and then I sign my initials or my name to it, and I forget to seal it, and guess what? It runs. Not good. Alrighty. We're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna go outside, and since today I'm not gonna use the Mod Podge, but you can use the Mod Podge on it. Just grab you a brush and brush it on there and give it time to dry. But I wanna get on to decorating the garland. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it outside and spray it with my clear coat. And this is what I use. This works wonders. You'll love it. Okay friends, I wanted to give you another tip. In order to keep all your crafts together, I use these sheet protectors, and you can get them from your local office supply store. I put in my stencils and my pattern, and I put them in a notebook, and therefore I have everything all together when I want to do this project all over again. Just a tip. Alrighty, once again, I'm using the clear coat spray paint to spray my candy corn. I've already done the rest and let them dry. I'm fixing to show you how easy and how pretty they look. All it takes is one coat. Let it dry and it seals it. Okay friends, now our candy corn are all ready. Our garland has been spray painted, and like I said, it's not all perfect, but I'm going to show you how to cover that up where it's not even going to show. One last detail I wanted to show you on my candy corn. I take a glue gun, get some glue on there, and I took a pipe cleaner and I just glued it on there so that I can attach it to the garland. To cover this hideous little spot here, I am going to take this pretty ribbon and I'm going to make a bow. And I'm not a professional at making a bow, but you know what? I'll make it work. And you should too. Just going to loop it. I see other people do this and they make it look so easy. Doesn't not come natural to me, but I try. Got a pipe cleaner, and I know it's not black and I know it's not orange, but you know what? I'm going to make it work. It's white because it's not going to show. It's not perfect, but it's going to work. So I'm going to put this particular one on top of my mantle. I'm just going to attach it by the pipe cleaner. I'd have cut it too short, but I'll make it work. All right, and then I'm going to glue in the middle. Let's see, I don't even know. Maybe I'll glue. No, let's see, let me just play around with it. Nope, maybe this one. I don't know. I'm gonna glue the purple one. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little glue on the purple ball and just set it right in there. All right, I bought these last year at the end of the Halloween season, and they were $7.99, so I got them at 80% off at Michael's. These I picked up this year at Dollar Tree, believe it or not. I think they were 6 in a tube for $1. Can't beat a deal like that, right up my alley. Okay, once I've got my bow in the center, I'm gonna work on my candy corn. This will work, like I said, as a garland for your door or for your mantle above your fireplace. And I don't ever measure, I just kind of guesstimate. This looks good enough to me. See how it's looking already? You don't want them to be all facing the same direction. I can tell you already, this is gonna look too cute. Okay, I think I'm going to put some eyeballs first. About here maybe. I'm gonna set them and then I'll glue them down. Okay, I'm gonna start with the eyeballs and maybe the purple right here and right here. And then the orange. Maybe I kind of want the glittery ones. Let's go with the glittery ones. Right there. Here we go. It doesn't have to match, it'll be all right. Stubborn. Look at that, good gosh. That would happen to me. All right, let me see, what else does it need? It needs another purple one with a little spider web on it. There we go. This one needs one with a bat. Can we stop for just a minute? Yeah. I lost a nail. Okay, I'm just going to show you how I fill in the gaps on this with ribbon. I just cut some little dovetails here and make a loop. Tie it with a pipe cleaner, and I know it's not black or orange, but it will work. I twist this around so that my other dovetail faces the same direction. Alrighty, and I'm just going to put it right here. And voila, see how quick and easy this can be? I mean, it's a little time consuming if it's your first time, but good gosh, look how cute this is. And it was inexpensive to make. Friends, you gotta hit those after season sales. That's the only route to go. All right, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with this. Okay friends, I forgot to tell you that I added one extra step. I had some candy corn lights that I bought after Halloween last year, and I added them onto the garland. And I think it makes a big difference. What do you think? Friends, on my next video, I will be decorating this 6-foot black tree as another Halloween tree. Here are all the treats that I'm going to be using, plus maybe whatever I find between now and then. Thank you. Please stay tuned. Be sure and give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and friends, today is a good day to be happy and smile.